Coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report, we'll show you who's going barefoot on campus.
And we're taking a deep look into where your student fees are actually going.
Welcome to this edition of the Met Report. I'm Leanna Duarte.
And I'm Lisa Gennaro. Metro State is literally rising. Last December, we had the groundbreaking of the new Student Success Building. Now, last Thursday, Metro State began construction on the new Hotel and Hospitality Center. Metro State has teamed up with Spring Hill Suites by Marriott to build a hotel right here on campus. The new center will be managed by Denver-based Sage Hospitality and includes 150 guest rooms as well as conference facilities. The hefty price of this building, it's estimated at approximately $45 million. The forecasted completion date is August 2012.
Nationally prominent hospitality program. Not only I think will Coloradans benefit from this, but I think you will see people from throughout the Southwest region and people from other parts of the country want to come to our program here at Metro State.
Yeah.
Second, I think this kind of experiential learning that we're going to make available to students is going to be very unique. And I think if I were a student interested in hospitality, I would say this is the place I want to come.
Another health scare has hit the Aurora campus. This time it was tuberculosis. Last week, a University of Colorado at Denver student was diagnosed with tuberculosis, information that was reported by the Denver Public Health Department. The student's name has not been released, but all students and faculty that were in class with the student have been contacted and tested, and none of them have tested positive. Dr. Paul Shadler believes that students on Aurora campus should not be concerned about catching the disease.
Because tuberculosis is actually not that easy to spread. You have to be with someone who has tuberculosis for an extended period. So for example, if you're standing in line, getting a sandwich and the person in front of you has active tuberculosis, the chance of you getting it is 0. If you're in class, in a normal class, in a classroom for say 45 minutes to an hour, twice a week, and a person a seat away from you or 2 seats away from you has tuberculosis, again, your risk is almost 0.
Having a college degree is even more important than ever, yet college dropout rates are nearly 50%. The good news is colleges are finding a link between technology that is getting students more involved in achieving better grades. Using HP tablets, for example, lowered the failure rate of one introductory computer class from 14% to just 1%. Colleges can use affordable technology like tablets to poll students in real time to make sure they are paying attention and understanding, and can be used to record notes and lectures that aren't easily typed on a keyboard like chemistry.
Well, it's that time again. Don't forget to register for your classes and make sure to try not to wait until the last minute. Registration for summer and fall classes has started, and all students should be able to register for their classes by next week.
As of April 6th, the death toll from the Japanese tsunami has nearly reached 12,500. Radioactive leaks at power plants in the country continue to cause panic in locations surrounding the Pacific Ocean. Here at Metro State, we're doing our best to inspire hope. On March 11th, students presented a check for $1,700 that will go to the cherry blossom tree, a symbol that holds important significance to the Japanese. To honor their culture, Metro State has placed the tree in the Tivoli. All proceeds would go to the Red Cross in efforts to aid Japan.
One Day Without Shoes, a day that happens once a year in April, sponsored by Tom's Shoes to raise awareness for children who go shoeless every day in other countries. Without shoes, children are susceptible to transmitted disease through cuts and wounds on their feet. Now, last year, Tom's Shoes founder Blake Mikowski talked to our very own Anthony Costura about the importance of getting involved.
Also little simple ways. I mean, there's really lots of things on our website that are going on every single week that you can plug into and kind of help spread the word on.
The Tom's Shoes Club brought Blake here last spring, but when we attempted to contact them, they were no longer listed as a club here on campus. So that's just another story that teaches us to be so grateful for even like the little things such as shoes.
Right.
And after the break, we are not the only school that is thinking about a name change.
And are you sure Metro knows your major? We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching the Met Report. We'll see you on campus.
And we're clear.
Good job. From news on campus to news around the world, the Met Report provides stories that you want to see. But who does that, and how is it done?
The Met Report is made up of students, and any student can participate. Each semester, the Met Report looks for students who are eager and willing to learn. This is how it works. Each week, we hold a meeting where we develop story ideas that are going to air for that week. Stories are then divided up amongst the teams, and we're ready to go. Hey guys,
Once the stories are divided up, students head out in teams and gather the information for the story. Once the information is gathered, the story is then edited together for air.
Every Friday, the Met Report team comes together to broadcast the week's stories.
At the Met Report, you get real-world training, from field reporting to in-studio taping. How much time do we have?
30 seconds.
30 seconds, people.
So if you've ever been interested in news reporting or broadcasting, come check out the Met Report and see what it's all about.
Welcome back. It seems that more and more students are experiencing a similar problem when it comes to declaring their major.
All students at some point must declare a major, but what happens when the major you chose does not match up with the information displayed on your Metro Connect? There has been a glitch that has been reoccurring from time to time that prevents students from keeping their original registration status, and sometimes it even affects their graduation date. Students find that because the declaration of their major went mysteriously missing, they now have to take new requirements that were not in their original requirements for their major, and are infuriated because this mistake costs more time and money. When students decide their major, they're given a form just like this one to fill out and turn in. But for some students, they find themselves filling this form out more than one time, because when they log into their Metro Connect, they find out that their declared major was never listed, and sometimes they find out that their file was completely missing.
Apparently, Metro isn't the only college seeking a name change. Mesa State is considering a change as well. The school is weighing out 20 new names based on a survey of 2,600 stakeholders. 81% said that they think Mesa State College should consider a name change and that the rebranding would better reflect the mission of the school. Just like Metro's current philosophy on our name change, Mesa State believes that changing its name to add university to the title sounds more prestigious. Some of the names being considered are Colorado West University, Colorado Mesa University, University of Western Colorado, and Mesa University of Western Colorado.
College can definitely be tough, but we all know it's worth the fight. Economists say that employers are hiring more college-educated workers over non-college educated workers than ever before. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, national employers added 216,000 jobs last month. Out of those jobs, almost half of them required a college degree. Another survey conducted through the National Association of Colleagues and Employers reported that 53% of employers surveyed intend to hire more college graduates from the graduating class of 2011.
So there is hope for those of you who will be graduating this May, as Leanna was trying to tell us. So we're almost done, seniors. Congratulations. Now I've got a question for you. What t-shirt are you wearing? Hopefully it's a Metro State t-shirt. This week, Friday, April 5th, well, the whole week, kind of, was Represent Your School Day. Students were lining up to grab t-shirts to represent their school. Now, researchers say school spirit promotes more college attendance. And I was actually thinking about wearing the Beak to Beak t-shirt designed by the Met Report's Ralphie Sampson.
As of February, there are nearly 500 medical marijuana dispensaries in Colorado. Last week, student activities hosted a medical marijuana panel. Mile High examining marijuana issues in Colorado at St. Janton's, students were able to munch on sandwiches and Cheetos while the panelists talked about and gave personal experiences with medical marijuana. At the end of the discussion, students were able to ask questions to the panelists.
Medical marijuana is a reality. Medical marijuana is a miraculous medicine for people who need it for real.
When we return, we'll take a look at what's happening around the globe.
And make sure to stick around if you want to catch our weekly segment, Entertain Met. time, we take a moment to review this week's world news.
According to the latest Department of Labor report, unemployment rates are at a low. The rates peaked a year ago in February 2010 and have been slowly declining. However, experts are still hesitant to call this an economic recovery. Recent talks from the Obama has caused more unrest amongst Republicans and Democrats, pointing more and more toward the government shutdown. The ripple effect of this decision, if implemented, will result in approximately 800,000 government workers not being paid, as well as the shutdown of some schools.
Unrest continues this week in Libya between Libyan rebels and loyals to leader Gaddafi as they struggle for control. The vicious fight to take control is near a stretch of coastline along the Mediterranean. Now, the area is incredibly valuable to both groups because it contains Libya's main oil ports near Ras Lanuf. The area imports over 650,000 barrels of oil per day. The lucrative oil area is playing a huge role in the struggle for power in Libya.
The battle of labor rights and union rights in Wisconsin blossomed into a national uproar. April 4th was marked as National Labor Day, a nationwide movement to promote the solidarity between union and protest and collective bargaining, as well as the rights of Dr. Martin Luther King and other civil rights fighters.
Passengers on board a Southwest Airlines flight bound for California had quite a surprise on Friday when a hole appeared in the cabin of the plane. The Boeing aircraft departed from Phoenix just 18 minutes before it was forced to make an emergency landing at a military base in Yuma, Arizona. Southwest issued an inspection of all similar planes to ensure the safety of their aircraft. While there were no injuries reported, passengers had quite a story to tell as they could actually see the crack expand to 5 feet in length by the time they landed. 2 planes were pulled from their scheduled flights due to similar concerns. Terrifying story. Well, I am not the entertainment reporter this week, but I do know that Tina Fey is pregnant with her second child, and I love her, so congratulations to Tina Fey. Now, to catch us up with the rest of the news in Hollywood, we have this week's entertainment correspondent, Shayla Compion. Shayla?
Thanks, Lisa. Hey there, Metro. Welcome to Entertainment. I'm Shayla Compion, and I have all the hot news from this week in Hollywood. Are you tired of everything Charlie Sheen? I know I am, but I couldn't help but be amazed when the recently fired actor went shirtless in one of his tour shows. His abs don't look like they belong to a 45-year-old man, but rather to a 25-year-old. It's estimated that he will receive about $7 million each month for his tour, so I guess his pocketbook and his abs are still winning. This Wednesday, Glenn Beck took the last minutes of his Fox show to announce that he will be ending his show. The conservative TV host, who has compared himself to Paul Revere, confessed that this wasn't his first career choice. He said, quote, Paul Revere did get up on the horse and say, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. He didn't do it. He got off his horse at some point and fought in the revolution. And then he went back to silversmithing, unquote. I guess true love can exist, even in Hollywood. It's rumored that Miley Cyrus and the hot Australian actor Liam Hemsworth are together. Again, they were spotted together in LA last weekend, and it looks like these two lovers can't stay away from each other. It gives us normal girls hope that one day a hot Australian actor will fall head over heels for us too. Britney Spears is at #1 again. America's pop princess just won't quit. Her new album, Femme Fatale, reached the #1 spot in the Billboard Top 200. The mother of 2 recently opened up about her relationship with agent Jason Trawick and states that she couldn't be happier. We all wish you good luck, Britney. And finally, for all you Twilight fans, the sparkly Robert Pattinson stated that the last movie of the saga won't disappoint. This week, some pictures of the much-anticipated sex scene were leaked. By the looks of it, Pattinson didn't lie, but I wonder how they will make this scene appropriate for the 13-year-old fans. The first part of Breaking Dawn is tentatively scheduled for release on November 18th, and the second will be released on November 16th, 2012. But for those of us who need some Robert Pattinson as soon as possible, his new movie, Water for Elephants, opens in theaters April 22nd. Well, that's it for What's Hot in Hollywood. Let's check back with What's Hot back at the desk.
Well, I don't know about those 13-year-old Twilight fans, but my 25-year-old roommate is pretty excited about the new Twilight.
I am too.
All right, now after the break, Kevin Hall is going to be here to catch us up with everything that's going on with the Roadrunners.
The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference is one of the most historic college organizations in the United States. Founded in 1909, the RMAC has a membership of 14 colleges and universities, making it one of the largest conferences in the country. The RMAC is also one of the most successful. During the past decade, more than 30 RMAC teams have won national championships. The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, continuing the tradition of excellence.
Welcome back. Kevin Hall is here to update us on what's happening with Metro Sports. Kevin?
Well, people are saying take me out to the ball game all weekend. Saturday was a high in the 80s, bright and sunny, and a light breeze. A perfect day for a shutout against the visiting Regis Rangers. Senior Bradshaw Perry on the mound for the Roadrunners, and the defense starts out hot, turning the double play to start off the first inning. Second inning was where the bats came alive for Metro as Evan Klaus and Brennan Brown got beak-to-beak doubles, scoring one. Now Ty Hancock gets in on the action, bringing Brown home with a two-run bomb all the way out, banking off the net. Both Hancock and Brown had 2 hits on the day. Up 6-0 now, and the defense picks up right where they left off with the unusual double play, a strikeout-throwout combination. Brown's second hit of the game was a 3-run shot that went back all the way out as the Runners beat Regis in Game 1 11-0. Now it was Corey Collins' turn, trying to duplicate Perry's first career shutout in Game 1. Metro already up by 1. Regis ties the game with an RBI single, but Hancock puts the Runners back on top with the sac fly, bringing one home. Collins continuing to throw heat with the strikeouts, and Zach Kruger adding some insurance runs with a solo shot. He finished a double shy of the cycle. But Regis comes back, Dave Holland hitting a 2-run double, and that was the end of Collins, unfortunately. But new pitcher Ty Jacobs didn't waste any time, finishing the game as well as Collins had started it. Metro would take Game 2 as well, 4-3. The next day, the Runners got beat, not by Regis, but by the weather. Pitcher Zach Cleveland totaled 6 strikeouts in 3 innings before the game was finally called. Now, there are some distinct differences between the baseball team and the softball team. The first one that comes to my mind is that the baseball team shut out their opponent, not the other way around. Metro has shut out for the second time this season. UCCS pitcher Becca Smith threw 11 strikeouts in a complete game. Metro's Julia Deal tried to match that number, but fell a tad short with only 2. And the offense wasn't any better as they left 12 runners on base. But fortunately for the Runners, the Thunderbolts didn't fare any better, scoring only 2 runs. Game 2 was a little better, but the offense was still stifled as they lost 5-2. But the most intriguing game was on Sunday. Metro won 2-0 following a controversial finish with UCCS. The Roadrunners led 2-0 heading into the 7th inning before a snowstorm hit. The end result was a 4-4 tie after play was stopped for the final time, but the Runners had not completed its final at-bat and had the winning run on second base with nobody out. The RMAC does not use a halted game rule, meaning it was a called game instead, and the final score reverted back to the last completed inning. Hey, we'll take it.
Now, only if the Red Sox played like Metro's baseball team's playing right now.
They would be losing all their games.
Anyway, that is it for this edition of the Met Report. For Kevin Hall and Leanna Duar, I'm Lisa Gennaro, and we'll see you on campus.